Hi guys, and welcome to Chat to Me podcast episode 1 with myself, Honey Love, and my co-host,
Lazy Brilliance.
Hey Lazy Brilliance, how are you?
I'm very well.
So chat to me. Long day. How's work?
Work is good, man. Same old same.
Stressful.
You know what? Everything in London is stressful.
I'm telling you. So chat to me now.
Well,
work.
You know what?
Since it's the first episode, how about we introduce ourselves, just in case people don't know us.
That's what
Maybe we're strangers. They've never seen us. Maybe me though. But yeah.
I doubt they've never seen you or heard you. But just for those one or two.
So we'll start with you.
You want to start with me? Okay. So my name is Lazy Brilliance, and that name is probably what most people will be interested in. So I am a person that has many different facets to my personality, and from a young age I was always told that I can be quite lazy, but I have a lot of brilliance and talent within me. So I kind of brought those two sides of me together, and what I'm trying to do now is show the world that although I've always been someone that procrastinated and held myself back, I know now is the time for me to emphasize on the brilliance of
Side of you.
So that's where the idea of Lazy Brilliance came together.
Nice. I like how that works.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
But I think most people are going to be far more interested in finding out about you.
No, we're still sticking with you because I think practically everybody knows everything about me. Hobbies, what do you like to do?
I like reading. I love music. I'm an R&B hip-hop fanatic.
Yes.
Who's
your favourite group?
My favourite male
R&B.
or female?
Okay, we'll do male and female.
Female, I'm old school, Destiny's Child. I was the original Beehive.
Okay, Destiny's Child.
I
was expecting you to go a bit further.
A bit further, SWV.
Yeah.
I liked Escape. There's quite a few groups I can say.
Guy groups?
Male, Boys to Men.
Okay.
Blackstreet, Jagged Edge.
Okay, so you guys, she likes
112.
R&B. She likes, we're seeing a last side, so she likes R&B. You like reading.
I love writing. You
love writing, yeah.
That's definitely something I'm going to tell more about
but
myself.
As you guys get to know her in the podcast. Is it my turn now?
It's your turn.
My turn, okay. I'm Honey Love. How did I get my name? Basically, I used to love R. Kelly's song. I really don't even want to talk about R. Kelly now because I'm not a fan because of all the craziness he's been up to. Very political, especially if you're an R. Kelly fan. It's a bit hard to stop listening to R. Kelly when you grew up with him because of everything he's done. But then are we there to judge him? Because it's a completely different topic.
That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, but another program. I'm telling you, because like he hasn't been convicted of anything. So are we? It's hard, but anyway, that's a different topic. So
see, that's your love for music coming out.
Exactly.
That's your love for music.
I love music. So R. Kelly had a song called Honey Love. My government name is close to Honey. I'm not gonna say it. And I was like, Honey Love. Oh, and it just stuck from day on.
What do you do?
What do I do? What don't I do?
That's a good one.
Actually. I say I'm an octopus. So, octopus has lots of hands. So literally, I dab in everything. I'm an entrepreneur. If I see something and it's got potential, I'm going to do it. So currently, I run...
Can I just make a side point?
Okay, go on.
Interject. That what is it with the hand action that we do? I think it's like a cultural thing.
I don't think it's a cultural thing. I think it's a presenter thing. I don't know.
I've heard that.
Okay, I'm putting my hands down.
People that use their hands when they're talking are better expressing themselves.
Are they?
Apparently so.
Well, I learned something new then. Okay, I can move all day then. Yeah. So currently I run a few businesses from clothing to events. I'm actually an events manager, trained degree holder in events management, but I've also done radio presenting, TV presenting, here, there, everywhere. That's it. Nothing interesting.
You're a very popular Snapchatter.
Yes.
I watch you every day on Snapchat religiously.
Yes, I have got a huge following on Snapchat. and Facebook as well. Those are my two main big platforms that tend to just go viral. But yeah, it is what it is.
And I think that's a perfect point to bring in today's topic because I've been watching you on Snapchat and listening to you, and I feel you're very motivational. You give a lot of positive vibes.
I'm a bit of a Marmite though. You either like me or you don't like me. I am motivational, but then I can come across very, okay, she talks about anything. She's just no filter. Yeah. And I'm kind of glad we're doing this podcast because it means I
can be yourself.
I can be myself.
Keep it real.
Keep it 100% real. Hello. But yeah.
And that's what we're doing this for today. We want to talk about self-love. We want to talk about the journey to finding yourself, or starting literally from the beginning in childhood.
Yeah.
And how you decide what path you're going to take in life, who you are, and how you deal with the world and all the problems that come with it. And I was watching one of your snaps and I was really moved.
Which one was it?
You were talking about having self-confidence.
Yeah.
And sort of looking at inside yourself as a person and not looking to other people and whatever they're doing, but focusing on what you're doing. And that's sort of something that really hit me because I know a lot of young people today, going back to a couple of weeks ago.
Even young people, even grown-ass women.
But the reason why I'm really really focusing on the younger generation is because I feel like the shock for me was when I met a very young woman a few weeks back. We had this conversation and I looked at her and I thought she's very beautiful when you look at her. Mm-hmm. She's young, relatively in age, she's well educated, she has what you would say her life is well put together. Mm-hmm. But when we had good conversation, she's telling me she's not very confident in herself, she was questioning her decisions and her choices in life. And moving along a few weeks later, I'm hearing repeatedly more young people, like you said, even older women, who are really questioning themselves and feeling like when someone else makes a comment, a judgment on them, it really hits them hard. Yeah. And my question was, how is it that you don't have that self-belief within yourself enough for you to be able to say, you know what, I'm going to just hit away all those negative energies, the bad vibes, I'm not welcoming that in. And I kind of had to reflect and I said to myself, why don't you feel that way within yourself as a person? Why do you find a lot of other people in the world are insecure? Is it an inherent thing? Is it inherent within me, or is it something that I was lucky to have growing up? Was I nurtured?
It was definitely something that you had growing up. Like, I believe that your confidence, your self-esteem, all that is built in you from the beginning. And that's what I always say, education starts at home.
Mm-hmm.
It starts from childhood. It's like I always say, education starts at home, and it's how you've been nurtured as you were growing up. And you know, did your parents tell you you were beautiful every day? Did they tell you you were smart? Were you given those hugs? Were you being appreciated? Were you being rewarded every time you did good at home, your homework? And you know, I think it starts with that continuously as you grow up to high school, all the way till the end of high school.
Absolutely. And I think, like exactly what you said, I had to think about my childhood. And I remember when I was a teenager, I used to go to a couple of different friends' houses, and I would be like, I'd compare in my head, you know what, it doesn't feel the same, there's not that welcoming spirit. You, as a young person in my house, my home, I am king. Everything was for us. The whole sort of system at home was designed so that it was comfortable for the children that lived there. But when I went to some of the other friends' houses, it was, you were a nuisance, you were a bother, you had to get out of the room, you weren't allowed to.
That's your house was a home, and your friends' houses was just a house.
A showroom.
A showroom.
You couldn't chill in the living room because that's where the guests.
Oh, that's one thing.
That's where the guests.
That's one thing I always say. When you're, you know what? This is just another completely different topic.
But
yeah, I know, and I remember having that talk on Snapchat saying, hello, when you're doing your front room, it's your front room for your family. It's not your front room for your guests. Let your kids be comfortable in it. When you're shopping for your front room, get sofas that are for your kids, for your family, where you can all chill. Get the duvet, have movie time, not a showroom to show off to your friends or your next door neighbour, and then you're locking up the kids in a room. That all f's up with their confidence.
And exactly that point.
We've been sheltered. We're always told to run to a room when guests come. When, you know.
So the whole thing I was coming from was, I feel like a lot of people's problems start from childhood. And because I pinpointed where my self-confidence came from, I remember exactly what you said, being told when I was young, you're brilliant, you're talented, you can do it. Whatever you set your mind
smart,
to, you're capable. Nobody can tell you otherwise. So when I went to school, and I knew there was a negative vibe from a teacher, for whatever bias they had, whatever prejudice they might have had towards me, I never ever listened to them. It never affected me. I came out of school feeling like I was going to do well, and I did well.
Yeah.
I went to university, I knew I could do it. It wasn't a struggle for me. I had that mentality that always said to myself, I can be successful.
I'm sure your parents gave you the confidence to trust you to choose your specific subject that you wanted to study in uni. What I find is a lot of not teenagers but young adults, even when they approach uni, it's like their parents are not confident enough for them to choose whatever path they want to take. It's, you have to go into medical, you have to go into this. Dictatorship. So then, because their parents don't believe in them, that messes up with their confidence as well.
Exactly, and they take that with them into adulthood, which is always relying on another person to make decisions for them, or they're second guessing themselves. And so one of the things I say to a lot of people out there, and hopefully our listeners will take on board, is really reflect on yourself and ask yourself, do you have some type of maybe unresolved issue from your childhood, whereby you feel your parenting wasn't really up to scratch, you didn't get that really solid support system, and now in your adulthood you are missing pieces in that puzzle. So what I feel a lot of people need to do is ask themselves, is there a way they could try and find some even therapy, like talking through the problems they had in their childhood, really search.
But do people go therapy though?
But this is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
This is what we're here to do, is to encourage
people don't believe in therapy, counselling, none of that. And I don't know if it's just black people in general, or if it's just
taboo.
It's taboo within the black community. And it's not just our community. I feel that counselling is all ethnic minorities, whether you're from the Caribbean or Africa. I think when it comes to counselling, a lot of...
I'm laughing because I remember hearing a lot of older generation Somali women saying, depression.
Where's depression?
Stress. They go, depression and stress. Those words don't exist in our vocabulary. That is an Englishman's word. That is an Englishman's
But the funny thing is, the same way as a Somali woman would say that, I bet you a Pakistani mother would say the same thing, a Nigerian mother would say the similar thing. It's like, as black people, we don't believe in, mental illness, and it's just quite sad that people don't go to counselling, because sometimes all you need is someone to ask the right questions so that you can start talking about your childhood, and sometimes it's a little solution. It could be something as small as being bullied that triggers this whole
cycle
cycle that you're going through. Or you might have, your brain might trigger a point where you were maybe were being abused physically, sexually, where you probably don't even remember because it happened to you as a childhood, but seeing a counsellor and speaking
and working
through it,
issues.
Memories start opening up, and then you start understanding where this whole self-confidence, you might have had daddy issues because your daddy wasn't,
was
absent.
And that's another topic in itself.
That's another topic, You might have had a daddy that was there, but was being physically abusive to your mother. That's another issue, So,
So I think, like, literally, that's it. You hit the nail on the head. It's about saying, first of all, we have to recognise our problems. Recognize if we do actually have an issue from childhood that was unresolved, and then try and address that, because the problem is every person that has a confidence issue takes that into their adulthood, and that will also affect the children they have. Because if you feel you're not equipped enough to be a good individual, you'll probably be questioning your parenting skills.
Yeah,
You'll
definitely.
probably second guess the choices you're making, which might have been the best choices for yourself and your children. And I think one of the reasons why I thought this topic was quite a good introduction was because I was having a lot of conversations with friends recently, and like repeatedly hear people say to me, you know what, you are really confident, I wish I could be like you. Why don't you ever feel sad, or when things don't go your way, why do you just
snap out of it and just
snap
go?
out of it? Whatever problem it is, you know, I'm a single mum, I didn't mention that before. So I've got a child, I am raising my child alone, I am working full time, I'm going through a lot of different types of stages in my life, and it's all different challenges. I'm not somebody that, like other people, I experience problems, but I feel like every problem is something that has a solution to it. So whenever I come to that bridge, I'm naturally preparing myself.
You've got that mind frame where your failure is not a failure, it's a learning process.
Exactly.
So you've turned a negative into a positive, which is a great way to live life. But a lot of people tend to think if they fail, that's it. Their confidence is lower.
It's what is failure? That's the problem. Definition of failure. A lot of people consider if they haven't reached a certain goal, that, for example, keeping up with the Joneses, because so and so achieved that milestone at that stage, I haven't achieved it, therefore I must have failed. No.
But then what it is people need to be educated, so that everyone has their time.
Exactly. We're moving at different paces.
Everyone's time is different, you know, and don't compare your life to anybody else's, you know.
And the thing is that's the sad part for me, is what I try to constantly remind people is, be grateful for your
Alhamdulillah.
life.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
as
God
we say as
for
Muslims,
everything. Yeah.
we say Alhamdulillah, which means all praise is due to God.
Yeah.
And it's always being grateful and thankful for what you have, because a lot of people told me, oh my God, you're a single mom, it must be so hard, you know, going through divorce, you probably didn't expect that.
And the funny thing is, they probably don't even look at all the positives. Hello. I'm not catering to a man right about now. It's about me.
But you know, not even that. You know what I say to people? I'm very grateful, because I'm like, I wanted my baby. Why do people forget that? Like,
Yeah, that's a positive. I've got a child. Because there's so many women out there that don't have a child. So you're supposed to say, Alhamdulillah, with the way I do things, even if I have a hard time or issue, I always say, you know what? There's someone out there in this world that's going through a worse position than me. Why am I going through any sort of way? I've got food in my fridge, I've got light, my kids are healthy, I've got my health. What is there to complain about?
And I think,
and that's what people is gratitude.
The mindset we have, you and I, it all stems from that confidence, that self-belief, and that came from the nurturing from childhood. So I mean, I can firsthand say I witnessed friends that were given a different experience in childhood, and it's really stayed with them in adulthood, where they're still questioning themselves as parents themselves, where they actually say to themselves, you know what, I don't think I can do it, I don't think I can achieve that goal, I'm not good at this, I can't. The language they use is always negative, and I find it's really important for people like you and I to reach out to everyone out there and remind them that you can do anything you put your mind to, but it's about changing your mindset.
Yeah, and it's all about believing in yourself, like believing that no one else is your competition. It's just you. You're on your own lane, on your own road. And with confidence, it's not just being confident within yourself. There was a girl I was speaking to the other day. She was like, oh my God, I want to start designing, but I don't have confidence because there's so many other designers out there. Who cares how many designers out there? If you're creative and you've got your own eye, no one else compares to you. It's just you, so you should be on your own lane. I was like to her, look, if you want to do this, go ahead. Don't look at anybody else. Find confidence in yourself and believe in your ability that you're going to execute this. Yeah. So
how do we find self-love?
Okay.
So I'm not obviously a specialist in this area. I'm not a therapist. But what I am,
she's making a disclaimer, you guys.
I am.
Disclaimer: I'm not a therapist. I'm not a specialist, but
I
obviously
am,
through experience.
Through life experience.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes there's nothing better than life experience.
I can say that I know.
You've got wisdom in age.
Yeah, and also
Even though you're not that old.
personality, wisdom in personality. I am somebody who's naturally confident. So what I'm saying is, let me share with the world how I stay confident through my daily experience. Because like everyone else, I go through the same crap weather. Like everybody else, I had man problems, relationship issues.
And we will all get to that.
And that's a whole other bag of chips.
Don't worry, you guys. Keep tuned.
Yes.
And we're going to go in.
We will go in. But right now I can say to you how I maintain confidence. So I remember as a child, Mom, we say hoyo. Mom, Dad, brother, sister, everybody saying, oh my God, you're amazing. Do you know you are amazing? And I'm sitting there going,
and you guys,
oh my
honestly, yeah, she walks around like, I'm amazing. I'm fabulous.
But I'm being honestly, that's my word. When people come up to me,
I'm like that as well.
When people come up to me and they say, you know what, yeah? Do you know you're skinny, for example? I get that a lot. I get that. You know what, yeah? You would be so much more attractive if you had more meat on you. And if I had more meat on you, there'd be no attention for anyone else out there. So you'd best be grateful that
I'm skinny.
You'd be grateful. When non-Muslims say to me, oh my God, do you know what? If you took that headscarf off and you dressed like us, you'd look so much nicer. And you'd lose your man. So I tell you, be grateful. Be grateful. God is good.
But that's some good clapbacks.
God is good, but that's my point. It's inherent. You could come at me and tell me, oh, you know what? You're this, you're that, but I'm going to turn it around and you say, look, I'm skinny, that's right, but baby girl, do you know how many people on earth are trying to find the weight?
Exactly, trying to lose weight.
People are going taking on tablets, people are
on some Cambridge diets.
People are starving themselves to get what I have naturally.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be ungrateful to God for that, you understand? The other side of it as well is how I always tell myself, wallahi, when my mum and dad and my brothers and sister all stop saying, you're amazing, lazy brilliance, you're amazing. One day I became an adult and then it's like, you're on your own now, darling.
Yeah.
The world is big and wide. We've told you you're amazing enough. So I literally looked in the mirror and said, you're amazing.
That's it. I'm fabulous.
I just continued where they left off. So whenever I wake up
like,
in the
seriously,
morning,
it's like been the same with me
the
as
mantra,
well.
the mantra.
Yeah. Because my dad's always told me, oh, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're smart. My mum as well.
Yeah.
So now it's like, I'm the shit. Hello.
Listen, and you know what?
And my other thing is, if I don't love myself, who's going to love me?
Thank you.
Huh?
But you know what my nickname is as well?
What's your nickname?
Apart from Lazy Brilliant.
What is it?
Cheerleader.
Cheerleader.
You're
a big. Yeah,
you know me in there. I've got the pom poms.
Yeah.
If you come
she's
at
her
me,
she's her biggest cheerleader too. Pom
for
pom.
myself, but for my team as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
My team, I'm strong.
Yeah.
When
you're very supportive.
When you
and you're good at
this,
building people's confidence.
when you're starting your journey,
Yeah.
I was there. I was like, yes, you're gonna do it, and it's gonna blow.
Yeah.
Anything that someone comes to me with, I want to start a clothing line. I want to become a cook. I want to write books. I want to be a movie star. Go for it. That's my thing. I'm like, listen, the only thing you will regret in life is not trying.
Oh yeah.
And that's something that
that's my whole fear.
Yeah.
Being 70 and sitting back and thinking, what have I achieved? What have I done with my life?
Yeah.
What do I, show my kids? This is what is my legacy? And a lot of people, if they don't work on their self-confidence, their self-esteem, and all of that good stuff,
They never start.
they'll never start.
So
they're going to sit there at 70 and think, what? And another thing is, I find that a lot of people, because of confidence issues and self-esteem and self-worth, they just exist and they don't live life.
That's right.
And there's a big difference to being
It's true.
existing. That's like going through your daily routine, nothing changes, you're not doing anything spectacular, and there's living life and
And you're not enjoying the journey.
Enjoying the journey.
Experience.
Yeah, the experience of life.
Right now, as I'm speaking on this podcast, I'm going through
Your own journey.
myself, my journey.
Because this girl, you guys, you're gonna get to know her so much. She was always a, social person, someone who likes to talk or whatever. But it took her till now.
Yeah,
I don't even want to tell you her age. We'll get to the age thing later. Not that she minds telling
I'm
her
in my
age.
early 30s.
She's
There's nothing
in
to
her
be ashamed of.
Exactly. Proud. You see, wisdom,
Proud
age
woman.
is get all of that. It took her 10 years to actually finally say,
Yeah.
you know what, I'm ready to do this.
And one of the biggest things was I listened to a lot of ideas that I didn't hold myself. It
Yeah.
wasn't about confidence issues for me. It was more about caring what other people thought. What would so-and-so think? What would
And the
people
funny thing is, I don't even know
see?
why this
Yeah.
girl's had those thoughts, because she watched me grow up.
I did,
Huh.
and she's one of the reasons why I'm here now. Actually, to be fair, hey, honey love. But I'll be real. Like
Yeah.
for me, wallahi, I'm so inspired by you when I watch you daily, and I just think
Even like growing up, you're like,
I was always like the grown
I
up.
want to be, yeah, I want to be her.
I still remember when you wore that blue dress, and I was this.
You guys, you don't even want to know about the blue dress.
that
It was a belt.
It was amazing, and the way it looked at me, and I looked at you and I thought, you know, when I get
Yeah,
when I
don't worry, I will
16
lose the weight back.
When I become 16, I'm gonna dress just like her, and I'm gonna go. And then I realized actually I didn't have the shape they had.
But
So
then you see, and things with confidence,
Yeah.
going back to the whole confidence
Yeah.
issues. I remember I'll go shopping with my mom.
Yeah.
And she would have no judgments, and I'll try on these short dresses and whatever, and she'll just let me live and be me. And I'll say to my mom, and now I think about it, and especially how our community is,
Yeah.
I don't actually see any girls going shopping with their mom and
Yeah.
trying on, you know,
Whatever they want.
they want, and saying, how do I look, mommy?
Yeah.
And like even up to literally, was it just 2 years ago, I remember going out with my sister and my mom, and we went shopping, and me and my sister were going on a night out, and then we're still trying on clothes with our mom, and this time we're grown-ass women with kids, but we're still, you know,
Looking good.
looking good, and we're like, mommy,
What do you think?
what do you think? And then, you know, when you're a mom, you're thinking, should I even be doing this now? But I'm like, you know what, it's my mom, you know, what's there to hide?
So that's exactly my point. We said self-love is what you need. And how do you achieve self-love? So the first step I say is be your own cheerleader.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't wait
be
for
true to
another
yourself.
person.
Yeah, don't let
for another person.
Don't let
to tell
another
you
person say you're
brilliant.
beautiful, you're brilliant, you're smart,
You can do it.
you're caring, be your own cheerleader. I definitely agree with that.
So we want people to listen to this and really take that home. Remind yourself every day.
Look in the
your
mirror
strengths.
and look at yourself, and, you know, write down all the good things about yourself. Even if there's any bad stuff, you can improve anything nowadays. It's 2018. Like literally. And I honestly say,
I think, you know
go and
what?
get a makeover. Like, seriously, it works.
Oh, really?
Listen, it works.
But
Ladies.
no, but you know, you and I love pampering ourselves. Though.
No,
It's
but
a-
if a lot of women actually believed in the whole thing of pampering yourself, changing your hairstyle, changing your haircut, changing your fashion style, that switching it up gives you a boost of confidence. You know, get a stylist, invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Trust me, and investing in yourself isn't just looks, hair, whatever. Read a lot of self-help
Nurture your
books,
mind.
nature your mind as well. Watch a lot of positive stuff, motivational videos. Watch quotes.
That's such a good point you made, because when I look back, and this is why I keep highlighting all of the factors that make me confident, a lot of it is I always surround myself with positive energy, good people.
That's a whole new conversation as
good
well.
people,
You know me, I'm good with that.
thoughts,
Good people,
watching good things.
Everything,
Surrounding
yourself with the
good
right
energy,
people,
with
the right energy, because energy is contagious. If you're around negativity, you're going to be negative. You're going to bring negativity into your life. Nothing's going to go for you. If you're around positive energy.
I always heard, you know, when I was growing up, I'm sure you were the same, when you hear about relationship and you hear, oh, he spent years telling her she wasn't good enough, or he mentally abused her. Physical abuse is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
For me, I would not be in a position to defend myself from a big strong man. But mentally, to listen to another human being repeatedly tell me anything negative about myself and I could swallow that, never gonna happen, because I've already established who I am. So no one's gonna come into my life and tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah, all praise is due to God, I don't have daddy issues, which is a whole other topic.
It's a different topic.
Because
And the thing is, I don't have daddy issues either.
And
Yeah.
that's enough. And this is why I said, if you are a person that has not had a stable, consistent father figure in your life, you need to address that.
You need to, because you're going to take that to your relationship. But then we've come out of the whole confidence thing now.
Yeah. So this is part of saying, how do you learn to love yourself? If your dad wasn't there to tell you that you're beautiful and you're amazing,
you need to find yourself a man to tell you, no, you need to love yourself, but also make sure when you're looking for your potential partner, because you're gonna want that love.
Yeah.
It is a man that tells you constantly, I love you, you know, affectionate. Because if you go for a guy that's not affectionate and you've already got those confident issues because you've got daddy's issues, and you go into that relationship but then you're not getting nothing from him, that there's a trigger.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this all goes back to good energy, staying in the right lane. If you know you're meeting people and the minute it doesn't feel right,
listen to your instincts,
the
listen to your energy,
is changing, the person is not maintaining that positive vibe with you, you need to ask yourself, can this be a detriment to your confidence? Can be something that will affect you and how you view yourself in the long term. And that's what it is. Your friendship circle, your relationships,
definitely.
Even your family. Everybody has toxic family members.
Listen, the amount of girls that message me and they're like, oh my God, what if it's your family who's toxic? And I'm like, okay, I can't advise this 17-year-old to bloody leave home.
Don't do that.
But boy, I'm like, you know what, just try and listen to a lot more positive stuff. Try and spend a lot more time alone in your room, seclude yourself, and just be respectful, do what you need to do, but then
as much as you can
just zone it out.
Zone it out.
Practice to shut yourself off. Yeah. But ladies, guys, whoever's listening, trust me, with confidence, good self-esteem, self-worth, listen, you're untouchable. Like, seriously, me myself, I'm like, boy, I can do anything, like literally.
You know, I said to a few of my friends, I said, I'm starting a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm doing it with Hanila. And they were like, you know what, that's going to blow. And I said to them, do you know what, I know.
You see, you've already put it out there.
But the thing is, I swear I haven't had one person show me anything negative. And I realised I'm starting a podcast. And they said to me, oh wow, that's amazing.
Okay.
And they said it's going to blow up. And I said to them, yeah, I know, it's definitely going to blow up. And that's a really important point I want to give to a lot of people out there, is to say, if you believe in yourself, everybody will believe in you.
Yeah, definitely.
I walk into a room with the confidence wherever I go, be it work, be it home, be it with friends in the social scene, with that self-awareness. I know what I'm capable of, and therefore what I put my mind to, I'm going to achieve. And because of that, everyone around me believes in me.
Definitely.
My friends,
people are attracted to confidence.
Yes.
And even when it's even relationship, a lot of girls like, oh, I'm finding it hard to be in a relationship, find a guy, whatever. Usually, men are attracted to confidence before even looks. From when they start talking to a girl, if a girl's oozing with confidence, she attracts. It's that whole, but going back to that energy, the positive energy.
So you win.
Because if you think I'm that shit, best you believe, people are gonna think she's that shit because they know how confident you are with yourself, so they're gonna automatically believe you're the shit.
And it's that willing. You have to will it into action, into being, I should say, into fruition. I walk into a room with that mindset of, oh, I want that, I'm gonna get it.
Definitely.
Because I can get it. Yeah. But the thing is, if I don't get it, it will never be as something that makes me question my inability or my ability to get something. I'll just say, okay, you know what, it wasn't meant for me. Maybe because something better or greater was meant for me. It's all about that mental attitude that you have. And this is really back to that whole thing of how do you find that self-love? How do you instill it into yourself? You have to go through that journey of first loving yourself.
Exactly.
Ask yourself, what's good about me? What talents and skills do I have? What blessings did I start off? Because everybody's got something that they're good at. Everybody, you know.
Find your strengths.
I'm like a random, and people know I do my little karaoke every night.
Oh yeah, you're a great singer.
Yeah.
You need to give us a couple next week. We're going to have a karaoke day on the podcast one day.
Maybe
not.
I'm trying to gas me up. But you know what it is? Like, I swear my life, exactly what you said, everybody tells me I can sing. Do you know why? Because I used to gas it up when I was young. Yeah, I can sing.
But you can sing though.
I'm okay. I don't want to like hype it out so people start expecting me to drop some
You will. I'll make sure she drops some bars.
But on the real, I feel like that is what it's all about. Sit in a room, ask yourself, list it down, get pen and paper. Okay, what can I do? What's special to me? What skills do I have? The more you know about yourself, the more things that you learn to love about yourself.
Definitely.
And once you start loving yourself, like you said before, no one's going to love you if you don't love yourself. So you have to know what there is to love about yourself.
Listen, Key to life is self-confidence and self-love. If you've got that on tap and it's on 100, trust me, you're unstoppable. Nothing can stop you. You can have haters, you're gonna like, psh,
Back them off.
bye. Ain't nobody got time for that. I love myself.
Listen.
You don't need nobody. And
self-
also, you need to love your own company. You need to love being alone, enjoying yourself, your own company, your own banter, whatever, you talks you do in your head. Enjoy it. It is the best time. And trust me, when you love yourself, you love your company, you've got confidence, self-worth, trust me, nobody can touch you. You've got thick skin.
100%, and whatever it is that you're dealing with, and I mean, I'm the girl that told you I got dumped very recently.
Yeah.
and everyone
And she was like, who cares?
No, I thought, you know what? It's a life experience, a learning curve. I actually sat down and I said to myself,
Interesting.
"Damn." I'm like,
I'm lazy, brilliant. I'm the shit. I'm amazing. But how just
there
got
must be something
dumped?
wrong with this person.
You see, there's nothing wrong with
There's
you.
nothing wrong with me. I'm fabulous, honey. I'm fabulous, darling. And that's I think we should end it on that note.
No, definitely.
Always remind yourself that you're fabulous. You can do it. You have to be your biggest
Fan.
cheerleader.
Yeah, your biggest fan, your
You're
biggest
number one.
cheerleader. And you guys, thank you for listening. We are on Instagram. Make sure you give us a follow.
Chat to Me
YouTube,
podcast.
we're on there. Chat to Me podcast. We're on SoundCloud. You can literally find us everywhere. And hopefully join us on our next podcast. And God knows what we're covering because we're just chatting.
Yeah, we will have something fun and interesting for
Interesting,
you.
yeah.
And we're looking forward to inviting some guests on the show.
Yes,
So,
we will have.
stay
We've got
tuned.
a couple of guests lined up. So stay tuned and thank you for listening to Chat to Me podcast with me, Honey Love.
And Lazy Brilliant.
Yay! Ooh, ooh.
Peace out.
YouTube,
A-Town.
subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff.